Thank you for joining. Today we're gonna talk about how one gentleman ended up in jail just because he failed to check and do a background check very correctly. And this thing and this story, it will be very painful for some of you, and some will use it to learn. So it's all made for learning. This guy was just a taxi driver, driving around carrying passenger from airport from point A to B, and the ride was going on where actually the guy had completed high school. He was to join college, but before he joined college he take a break of an year or so that he can try to generate some money here and there so that he can be able to support himself very well when he joined college. So the guy when he was working as a taxi driver, he met some lady, a very, will not say huge, but that lady was a bit oversized. So automatically the guy see this lady, and she is a beautiful lady, and they fall in love. They start chatting, talking all this time. But when they were talking, the guy came to realize that this lady doesn't have a phone yet. He is using her sister's phone, but because from the look is actually very big, so the guy come to conclusion that this is a grown-up, and even if she is using her sister phone to chat or talk, chances is this lady doesn't have, maybe the phone gets spoiled, or she lost her phone. That's why she is chatting and talking to me using her sister phone. And it was going on. There was no issue all this time when they were talking. They keep chatting, talking. Eventually they start falling in love with each other, and our guy here keep doing her usual job of taxi driver. But one day the lady called this gentleman and told him, you know what, I am kind of not busy, how do you think, can we meet? And the gentleman had no reason for not meeting this woman, so she just told her, okay, give me some few hours so I can do whatever I'm doing and finish it, so we can meet at around 3 p.m. in the evening. So that was an agreement, and they both agreed. The lady did what she was doing. He called the guy go and pick her through using her Uber, and they went to this guy's house. When they are in this guy's house, they prepare lunch, a very good one. They watch some 2-3 movie, but they kissed. Nothing went ahead nothing went beyond kissing. Actually, when they kissed, they made some romance, but there was no sex. And after some time, the lady was, today I didn't want to be late because I was going for some work at 7 p.m. and since it's already 6:30, the guy decided, okay, since this is my woman, I don't need to rush her. I will not push her so hard. So what I'll do, I'll ask her and I'll drive her to the workstation place. But the woman insisted that she have to go to her house so she can change and then go back to the work. So the guy was to drop this woman to her house. They went, and the guy drive to this woman's house, then drop her. The guy went back to the house because he wasn't okay. Since this was on Sunday, this gentleman had a habit of from 7 p.m. not work, just to relax, so that on Monday he can wake up with all the energy and start the week. So the guy went back to the house and relaxed. Immediately when he entered the house, and before 2 or 3 minutes, the guy hear a very loud knock on the door, like 3, 4, 5 big knock. And when he asked who is, there was no an answer. But since it's not yet at the night there was nothing to worry about. So the guy decided, okay, why can't I go and open? He was ready now to relax and enjoy her movie, so he was in a pajama. But the moment he opened the door, he received a very heavy slap. That, you see, there is a slap which when you receive, you just black out immediately. This is the kind of slap this guy received. It was very, very heavy. Well, before he realized, there is a gentleman, 2 gentlemen, and some 3 ladies in the house, and there is none of them which he told them you are welcome. They enter the house by force. The guy before long he received another slap and another one. Then he asked, what is going on? Why are you slapping me here? And I have not done anything wrong. Then one lady started telling her, you know what? You have left my sister. And she is like, your sister? Then this woman showed her the photo of this lady who this lady is claiming that was raped. And the guy realized this woman because it's the same woman who was in the house with him before, like 10-20 minutes ago. And this guy told them, no, I have not raped your sister. She did agree to come here. Then the woman told her, no, she didn't agree. Second off, she is 17 and a half years. That's where this case is getting complicated, because if this woman is 17 and a half, she is still a child and you are an adult. This is a very serious case. So the guy said, no, there is nothing happened. Actually, all we did, we kissed, and the woman said she is getting ready to go to work and I have to let her go. And the guy tried to convince these police officer, these 2 gentlemen were police officers. Sorry, I didn't tell you, they were police officers, trying to convince them, no, it was not intentional. By the look of the body, the woman looked like she is 18 and above. And the worst thing is, the woman, when they start chatting and when they met with this guy, actually told this guy, I have an ID. The only thing is, I have forgot my ID in the house. So the guy didn't bother to check. And you can understand, because how many women do you meet? And do you even care to ask them whether they are 18? And if they tell you they are 18, do you ask them the ID? No. So the guy did what other people do. When the guy tried to plead with police, trying to tell them, oh, this was not a rape case, but they didn't want to listen to him. Well, the other issue here is coming. The guy, when he was taken to the police station, where he was kind of beaten very hard. He was actually beaten to write a false statement that he did actually rape this woman. Then after 1 or 2 weeks, the case went to trial and the guy was sentenced for 14 years in prison. Right now, as we are talking, my guy is in prison for 14 years and he was sentenced last year. So he have another 13 years to go as he is sitting in prison. Well, this is a very, very sad story, because the sister keep insisting that the guy didn't rape her. But this older sister he doesn't want to hear. Even if the sister is trying to convince these people that, oh, we made a mistake, this guy didn't rape me, actually I loved this guy, they don't want to hear. I don't know what is the grudge between 2 of them, but the older sister is working so hard to make sure that this guy will remain in the prison. Well, you understand, this younger sister is yet in the family help because he is under 18, and what the family say he'll have to follow. But it's so painful that someone can sleep in the night knowing very well that they have put someone in jail and they are doing nothing to go and try to solve this issue. And I don't know what the grudge between the older sister and this guy, because the guy was a good person. The only mistake he didn't check. We cannot say it is okay not to check, but we cannot still be this extra hand on this guy, because I know 90% of guys who meet women on the road, they don't even ask them how they are. And when the women, they are a bit big body women, they tend to look older than how they are. So this guy mistake was just a normal mistake which all of us do. So as I am making this story, the guy is still in the prison, and the family have not decided and doesn't look to care about him. Actually, the family look like they are willing to let this guy lot in prison. The family is this lady's family is working very hard to make this guy lot in prison. And the point which we can take from these stories, from today, you are 18 and above. First of all, before you do whatever you are doing, even if you meet a woman, do yourself a favor. Don't ask her how old she is. Take her ID to check. Do whatever it will take. It doesn't matter whether she just run away saying you are creepy or whatever, but it will save you a lot. Imagine being jailed for 14 years at the age of 22, 21. What does that do to your life? It makes your life completely. And the other issue is, this is a record which will remain in your history. You will have this record until the day you die. You are child molester, you are an offender, you have been in prison. Do you know what that do to you? You cannot be able to secure a good job. You cannot be able to secure any public office. You'll be treated like a criminal even when you come out of the prison. And to this lady's family, please, there is no fun to let someone lot in prison just because maybe this older sister was having a crush on this guy, or he hated this guy. The best thing to do is just let the guy go away. Imagine now you are making this guy suffer for the whole of his rest life, because there is no coming back out of the prison. It doesn't matter whether you be released tomorrow or after a year. That's a record which will be with you for the rest of your life. That's my story for today. Thank you for joining and listening. I know it's a very sad story, but we will hope this guy, one of these fine day, he will find peace, and this woman will decide to let this guy go, because he didn't do anything wrong. Thank you and peace.